Good day, El Paso. Your local junk hauler here, Charlie, aka Dumpster Daddy. EPDumpsterDaddy.com. Go ahead, check us out over there. As you can see, we are in the backyard. We got it cleared out. I had my guy come over. Today is Wednesday, October the 22nd, 2025, year of our Lord. Had my guy come over from Juarez. I had a bunch of from Mexico. Had a bunch of mattresses. Picked up two more yesterday. Had three sitting here waiting for him. And then I also picked up a couple of couches. Well, it wasn't a couple of couches. It was one couch. It was a sectional. Um, and I mean, it was pretty decent. I guess I could have tried to clean it up and, put it in my storage unit and try to resell it and stuff like that. And that's stuff that I'll be looking at in the future. But right now, as I'm trying to just get things settled and figure it out, live, working, and playing from home. Work is the social media part. Work is going out, meeting the clients in my junk removal business, doing the jobs, completing the jobs, and trying to figure out how to grow the business. Like I'm in that stage now. I'm still one man, one truck, one trailer. I was telling my wife, I said, I understand what I need to do in order to grow the business fast. And that's to spend money on advertisement to get more pub to faster, to get out there, get your reach faster. We learned that from doing Spectrum. And so, thinking about the steps that I need to take in order to grow the business. The young man that I got the mattress from and the couches from yesterday, he even asked me, he said, man, are you hiring? He said, I wouldn't mind working for you. If you look like the type of guy who might be hiring. So, I have been getting that quite often, especially from a lot of young men. So I am trying to figure out what it takes to become the type of person who can employ people, and not just, here in the junk removal space. I got to make the right investments in the right equipment, and then, all of that type of stuff. But also, what can we make shake out here in the digital space? I was talking to my homeboy, and he was telling me he wanted to get back into the podcast world and, start sharing our thoughts and things like that. And that brings me to the question that I have been seeing floating around out there in the junk removal space. And that is, how do I get jobs in junk removal? Because in the podcast space, we was all about getting views and how to, hear and this, how to get people to watch your content, how to make it engaging. But in junk removal, how do we get jobs? Now, when I first started out, I can tell you the truth. I was up every morning because I was living with my in-laws. Me and my wife had moved from Orlando. We took our severance from Disney when they let us go during 2020. Everything changed because Disney let us go. 2021, we moved here to El Paso. I invested money into my first F-150 pickup truck, and we rocked with that truck. And then I put sidewalls on it. We rocked with that truck for the whole time. I used my whole severance, paid cash for the truck. Then after the summer, going into the fall, me and the wife, we invested in that trailer, that same trailer that's right there that you possibly, you can see it behind me. That same trailer, we invested her savings, not her savings, but her severance and some of the money that we had started making from the business, and we bought the trailer cash outright. So that's how we got started in the business. Disney, we worked for them for 10 years. They gave us a severance. Now, I was up at 4:30 every morning, posting to Facebook, posting to Nextdoor, posting to Instagram, anywhere that I could make a little quick video to let people know what we were doing. In the beginning, the first few jobs that we got came off of Nextdoor. Hold on, the phone is ringing. Give me a second. Thank you for calling Dumpster Daddy. This is Charlie. Hey, Amy. Okay, you found someone. All right, good deal. All right, I appreciate you, Amy. Good luck on your move or everything you got going. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so that was a client that we had scheduled for early for that was a client that we had scheduled for later on this afternoon, but she needed something done really quick, and I have a job that I'm headed to right now, on the far east, well, a little farther east than where we are right now, on the 3-8 in the Joe Battle area. But anyway, so I was saying, next door. So some of my first looks came from next door. My first job came off of Facebook. But some of my first looks, people calling to inquire about what it is that we offer, how do we go about doing our thing, came off of next door. My first job, Facebook, we were cheap. I think I had a $75 minimum at that time. I held on to that minimum at $75 until we got the trailer. Once we got the trailer, I bumped up the minimum to $95. We got a $95 minimum. And then once my F-150 went down and we went into the F-250, which I have a note for, pay that note monthly, I moved my minimum up to 115. 115 has been the minimum since we had the F-150, the F-250, so that's been about 2 years now. Getting jobs. I had to post I would say the first 2 weeks to a month, nothing. But I was working on different things, the website, getting the social media stuff fired up. I did have family members, some of my wife's family was giving me the opportunity to come out and show what I could do. So I was cleaning homes. I was doing, junk removal out the back of the truck. Then once we got the trailer, we did more junk removal. I was still trying to clean homes, but then my wife was like, hey, don't you think it's better for you to just do junk removal? You better bang for your buck and time. You spend so much time in these people's homes cleaning it up, and some people, hard to please. Other people's, happy with it, come back. Other people, you miss this, you miss that, and then, it's legit. They paid for a service, wanted to go in there and take care of it. So we got out of the home cleaning business quick, fast, and in a hurry, especially once the trailer came and I was able to fit more money or fit more trash, fit more loads, get more things done with the trailer and the back of the truck as opposed to just having the truck. So getting jobs, you want to make sure that you got your Google My Business. I don't know what it's called now. It's called Google My Business. You want to make sure that's fired up and you want to get that taken care of, verified. We did the Matthew Vick and the JoJo route. We did the GoDaddy website. We had a GoDaddy website. I went in there, I did my best to make sure that everything was spelled correctly, all the grammar was good. My wife still went in there and made, major corrections to things, but that's how we got started. And then once we got the first job, then the rest of them just kept rolling, and then the job started getting bigger. Then it started becoming, hey, I'm not equipped to do this, not equipped to do that. Stop taking dirt, concrete, roofing shingles, rocks, bricks. Stop taking all those type of jobs, especially when I'm doing them by hand. I don't mind construction debris because I can get my trash cans out and fill it up with that and do that type of stuff. But trying to haul heavy dirt and all that type of stuff without some type of heavy duty equipment to help move earth, I stay away from that. We did it a few times, but it was all a lesson learned. No more on that. Anyway, getting those jobs, being consistent with the posting. I'm 3 years in the game now, so I have gotten a little lax, but I do want to get back up to making sure that I have my social medias fired up, because staying in the algo, when people look for you, when people come out trying to figure out how they want to get rid of their trash and junk and all of that type of stuff, you want to be in the algo. You want to come up. You want to have services ready and have your picture there. You're maybe standing next to your truck, your equipment, smiling, all that type of stuff. Make yourself look inviting. I take all of the principles that I learned from Disney, with being clean shaven. I did try to let the facial hair grow out. It's just not me. I know a lot of people like a lot of guys like having the beard and all that type of stuff, but I like the clean cut look. I'm the CEO. I'm also the employee. So when it comes to making that first impression and how you present yourself to your clients, I just like having a clean look. It just works best for me. I have a little gray, little stubble going on right there, but for the most part, it's all cut off. Hair is cut for the most part. I do let it does get out of hand sometime. I should go to the barbershop once a month. I prefer going twice a month, but I do skip a month here and there. Just, I don't feel like going. I like my barber. It's all the way on the west side, and sometimes I just don't feel like going. But anyway, stay consistent with your posting. Take pictures, before and after pictures. I've learned that people really gravitate toward videos, but pictures, if that's all you want to do to start out, do that. Then once you get you some business going, man, get you some business cards, get that website going, make sure you keep it up to date and maintain it. And that'll be another subject that I'll talk about. I'll have to write that down, talking about the website. So, but anyway, that's all I got for you guys. We're going to get up on out of here, head on over to the far east side. I'm going to do a day in the life vlog, see if we can't get some footage out of that. Dumpster Daddy, we out of here.